Hey, it's Halicue. Hey, y'all, welcome back to Hey, it's Halicue, the podcast where we talk about rest, joy, and rebellion for Black women in a world that would rather see us exhausted, accommodating, and silent. This is a space for real conversation, real laughs, and real transformation. In today's episode, we are talking about authenticity, more specifically, why and how our authenticity has been punished, feared, and distorted, and why we, as Black women of the 92%, must take it back. Because when we do, everything changes. Everything. This topic was first shared with me by my friend, IQ. Shout out to you, sis. She sent me this great DM talking about authenticity, about an insight she had, especially in her role and as a leader in corporate. And she brought up the point that when people say they want authenticity, they really don't mean us, not for us, and especially not in corporate spaces or in other spaces that were not created for us as Black women. Not in corporate spaces, not in the media, certainly not in politics. White men can be authentic and they can get away with absolute nonsense. All you got to do is look at y'all's stunt queen of a president to see this. His ignorance, his ineptitude, it is papered over, it's passed over, it's excused, it's accommodated. But for Black women, no, it's something entirely different. Kamala Harris shows us her real self, her genuine laughter, her mirth, her happiness. And what happens to her? She gets dragged, ridiculed, and dissected. When somebody like our forever queen, Serena Williams, when she expresses a little frustration on the court, she was vilified and fined. And when Naomi Osaka or Simone Biles prioritized their mental health over the competition, over the show, they were criticized and penalized. But when white male athletes do the same, they're called passionate, misunderstood, and they're given all these second chances. I see this so much in the world of soccer. The men can get away with the most insane dramatics and shenanigans, but let women do the same thing, or let women show the exact same bravado, pride, and confidence. People start talking good sportsmanship and that women should have more decorum. It goes on and on and on. This is one of the reasons why I was so excited when Black women, when we collectively decided after the election that we are opting out, because now we are free to realize the full spectrum of ourselves, something that other people, other races have always taken for granted. And I'll be honest, I almost stopped myself from recording this episode because talking about our right to be real makes me very angry. It makes me feel like I'm saying something I'm not supposed to say. And shame on me for that. But you know what else? That's conditioning. And that is what we're unlearning today here on Hey, it's Halicue. I'm so happy y'all are here for the podcast. Y'all know I took a little break. I went sailing along the Rhine for 10 days with my mother, my favorite uncle, and his wife. So I was gone for a little while, got some great rest, and I'm back. I'm so excited for this episode. I've been thinking about it for quite some time. Y'all, before we get into it, I really want to take a second and give a shout out to the paid subscribers of the podcast. There is something different about people who don't just talk about change, they put something behind it. Supporting Black women as we strategize, as we reinvest in ourselves, and as we rest, they recognize that funding our work is not charity. It's actually the future. I love all my subscribers. I love every single one of my listeners, but I just want to say to those of you that are putting your resources behind your words and supporting Black women like me, the 92%, and this podcast, y'all understand that moving forward is not just about hopes. It's not just about vibes. It's about resources. It's about investment, and it's about prioritizing what matters, because you understand that Black women are a part of our very bright future, even though it seems dark right now. You, my paid subscribers, thank you. You are a part of this shift. You are a part of the movement. And that's why, as a thank you, I give y'all exclusive access to this week's Rest and Inspiration Oracle reading. Because it's cute, because it is, but because rest and strategy are twin flames, because making informed, intelligent moves requires space to think and to reflect and plan. And if you're listening and you're not subscribed, look, putting your money where your mouth is actually sexy. It's kind of hot. Supporting Black women, also sexy, also hot. Investing in a future where we're not just surviving, but where Black women and the 92% are thriving, that is irresistible. It's attracting, it's magnetic. So if you're about that life, absolutely hit the subscribe button, because the next chapter of this movement, it is being written because of us who showed up, because of you who supported us. It's because of Black women staying consistent, and it's because we took care of each other along the way. All right, now back to the show. I have got 3 affirmations for Black women on authenticity. Okay. And I have some really unique ways for you to use them. All right. So we're talking about authenticity, power, and what happens when Black women stop shrinking. Here is the thing: unlearning decades of conditioning. It isn't just an intellectual exercise, it's body work. It's retraining our nervous systems. And we deserve this so much. That's why affirmations like Black women are the 92% matter. I know some of y'all are going to say, oh, more Black girl affirmations, and roll your eyes. Like, Halicue, what is a sentence supposed to do when writ is due? Or when you're sitting in a meeting watching people applaud a mediocre idea that you had 3 months ago, but somebody else is taking credit for right now. Affirmations aren't just something we do. They aren't magic, or at least not just by themselves. I want you to think of them as neurological shortcuts. They are a way to reprogram yourself in real time when doubt, shame, or second guessing creep in. So yeah, these aren't just words. Our affirmations, Black women in the 92%, they can absolutely be our armor. They're recalibration tools. Affirmations are what you say to yourself before you walk into that very important room or before you take up space. So let's get into them. Say them with me. Black women are the 92%. Say to yourself, my truth is powerful and I don't have to shrink it for anyone. My truth is powerful and I don't have to shrink it or myself for anyone. I am safe to be my full, brilliant, complex self in every space I enter. I am safe to be my full, brilliant, complex self in every space I enter. And the third affirmation, I'm no longer performing for survival. I am living for joy. Oh, y'all let that one sink in. Say that one again with me. I am no longer performing for survival. I am living for joy. Let's talk about how you're really going to use them. And I mean this, really, really, really utilize them. I want you to sneak them into your daily rituals. I want you to say them while putting on your lip gloss, girl, while stirring your coffee, while stretching before you get ready to work out. I want you to make them a part of something that you're already doing to make yourself fuller, stronger, or just more vibrant. You don't have to remember to say them. Do them when you're saying something, when you're doing something powerful for yourself already. You know what? You can also turn them into clapbacks. Next time someone tests your boundaries, run an affirmation through your mind before you respond. Because trust me, your energy shifts when you remember who you are. And Black women, I also want us to use them as overrides. The moment you feel yourself shrinking, being fake nice, or faking the version of yourself that feels acceptable, I want you to pause. I want you to take a breath. And I want you to drop one of these affirmations into your brain like it's a defensive play call. Redirect that energy before it carries you back into old patterns. Say them in the morning. Write them on your mirror. We've all seen that, right? Where somebody like writes something down in lipstick. Whisper them to yourselves before you walk into a room where you have to be on. Because from now on, Black women, we're practicing authenticity and we are strengthening it like it's a muscle. And y'all listen, I have a theory. I think as much as everyone's talking about authenticity, especially in social media spaces, I think the real reason we're told to be smaller, quieter, and more digestible, it isn't because we're too loud or too opinionated or too aggressive. It's because we, in our essence, just as being Black women, just being the 92% and sitting in that and being strong in it, it's because we're too powerful. Black women being authentic, man, when we do that, we're compelling. We're persuasive. We are hypnotic when we are our authentic selves. They know this, and I know we know it. And so they do whatever they need to do to dumb us down, to try to get us to shrink our power with their tired, fucked up stereotypes, right? That we're too sexual, we're too angry, we're too intimidating. It is time to leave that 100% behind. You also, you know where you want to see some beautiful, sexual, angry, and intimidating Black women sitting in that Substack. I'm telling y'all, come on over there. Follow me over there. There are a lot of Black women over there that are starting to embrace our real selves fully and unapologetically. And by doing that, we're going to start getting exactly what we want. And this is such a brilliant time for this. This 4-year opt-out that we as Black women and the 92% are doing, this is the perfect time for that. And I want you to think about that for a second. Really think about what it is you actually want. What we as Black women want in our work, in our art, in our love life, in our domestic capacity, in our leadership roles in the community. And ask yourself, What happens when you bring your boldness, your brilliance, your very essence as a Black woman of the 92%, when you bring your full, authentic self to the table? It can seriously happen for us. They believe that we have a gear and a dimension that must never be accessed. Y'all, listen to me. I'm dropping gems right now. Seriously, this came to me. Believe that we have a gear, and I believe we have a gear that we haven't even shifted into yet. There is a power, there is a dimension that these people are trying to keep Black women from ever accessing, because once we do, it is absolutely over for them. Okay. And the proof, they police our authenticity while worshiping it at the exact same time. Did y'all hear me? They police our authenticity while worshiping it at the exact same time. They fear Black women's divine connection. So what do? They call it witchcraft. They fear our ability to manifest, to influence, and to transform. So what do? They demonize it. Meghan Markle marries a prince, and all of a sudden people swear she used hoodoo and voodoo to trap him. They cannot fathom that Black women, us living and sitting in our authenticity, is enough. So what does that tell you? And listen, I understand and I fully appreciate that me telling you, just do this, just be authentic, Black woman, like living in America, having to exist and a lot of times thrive in systems that were not built for us, right? It's hard to do for some of us. I think we're getting better and better at it in this podcast. Hey, it's Halicue and my community that I'm building over on Substack for Black women in the 92%. This is where we can start doing it and start practicing it. Here's how we tiptoe into it if we want to. I don't want us tiptoeing into anything. I really want us full on stomping and stepping into it, but that's okay. I'm going to meet us where we're at. So here's some ways we can begin to do that. Tell the truth when you are asked. That's hard, but I've been doing it a lot. And the more I do it, the better I get at it, especially with white women in my life, white women that I call friends in my life. This is where I'm starting with them first. When they ask me a question, I let them know off top. And I want you to do this exact same thing too. Let them know that I'm going to give you a real straight answer as a Black woman and a Black woman in the 92%. The next time someone even asks how you're doing, tell the truth. Stop defaulting. Stop saying good when you're freaking exhausted. The next time somebody asks you your opinion, say what you authentically think. Authenticity is about us as Black women being honest. Express how you really feel and do it in small, safe ways first. Don't like that restaurant? Say so. Didn't like that joke? Don't laugh. If being real feels scary, again, start small. And number 3, spend your time on what actually fulfills you. We are not obligated to spend time on things that drain us. You do not have to say yes to every invite, every favor, every expectation. Start reclaiming your time and your energy for what actually matters. And there are really important reasons that we're doing this. And reasons that have nothing to do with anybody else other than Black women of the 92%. First of all, the truth is going to set us free. Being authentic, oh God, let me tell y'all, is fun. It is absolutely fun. Being me is a vibe. I'm a vintage broad now. I cannot tell you how happy I am being my full authentic self, whether it's out in my real life or on Beyonce's internet. My grandmother used to get giddy at the idea of telling somebody the truth about themselves, even when it hurt. And I noticed because I used to be on the receiving end of it. She would literally light up like she had been waiting her whole life for this opportunity to tell you the truth about yourself. And now I get it. At the time, it was difficult, but now I get it. Y'all, in the not so distant future, people are going to be desperate to know that the words that people say are actually truth. And guess what? That's us. Black women are basically the Bene Gesserit. Shout out to Dune. We see, we know, and we speak the truth. Lately, I have been testing this out. And let me tell you, it is liberating. My white girlfriends are shocked and amazed by my responses. I'm telling y'all, I'm saying this over and over again because it's true. I literally say, do you really want me to answer that as truthfully as I see it? They all say yes. They realize they've gone too far to stop it. And when they say yes, I drop that truth bomb and I watch them rearrange their whole mindset right in front of me. I just had to talk to one of my girlfriends very seriously about her Tesla the other day. I've decided I'm saying something about it. If you consider yourself a friend of mine, you still own a Tesla, we're going to talk. I swear, I think I watched her change her mindset in real time. It is so good. I swear, the more I tell the authentic truth in my life, I'm telling you, my teeth are getting whiter and my breath is fresher. The power of the unfiltered and undiluted truth, seriously, is exfoliating my very soul, much less my skin. Try it. It is like an oxygen facial for your beautiful Black spirit. We can all have authenticity and it's free. There is no cost in being real. Not in the way they make us think, right? Like in dollars and cents. And I want to be clear. Do what you got to do to keep your job if that's important for you, right? If you need this livelihood out in corporate, out like in the real world. I'm not saying show up to your 9 to 5 and start reading people for filth in the break room, but outside of that, in your friendships, in your personal choices, and how you move through the world, authenticity doesn't take anything away from who you are. You beautiful Black woman at a 92%, it does not take anything from you. It gives. Start practicing it. The more you step into it, regardless of what they say, because my friend Q was right. They don't want authenticity from us. They really don't. They're afraid of it. The power of it, the intensity of it. Oh my God, thinking about it, I'm getting excited. The more you step into it, your authenticity, the more you attract the right people, the right opportunities, the right energy. It's like your real self has been waiting for you to show up so we can finally get to work, doing, achieving, being what you want, what we want as Black women, as part of a collective. And receive this, y'all. The last reason we really need to be doing this and why we need to be stepping into our authenticity as Black women, beautiful, bold, brilliant Black women in the 90%. This is the fun part. And this is a part where we get to be in our villain era. They will never be ready. And that is fucking hilarious. We say it all the time. They ain't ready, but girl, they really are not. They never will be. And that is fucking funny. I'm telling you, because while they're still out there writing think pieces and holding emergency meetings about why Black women are opting out of everything, wondering why, what's wrong with us, how can they bring us back in? We are already 3 steps ahead, living, laughing, loving our way into our next era. So why wait for them to catch up? They can Google what we're going through later. Really, I'm so glad my friend Q introduced this topic. I'm so glad to bring it to y'all today. Seriously, authenticity. I need y'all to save this, share this with another Black woman who is in her rest era, her era of regeneration, reinvestment in herself. We have so much to do for us. And by doing this, I'm telling you all, we are actually reclaiming and for the first time stepping into what I know is the full spectrum of the human experience they have been trying to keep from us forever, since they dragged us and our enslaved ancestors over here in chains. And it's fun. My spirit is light right now. I'm about to start laughing. We are really about to do it. Oh, Q, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. I'm so glad to be back, y'all. I hope this conversation sat with you. Listen to your affirmations. I hope they stretch you and maybe even set you a little bit more free. Now, before you go, listen, if you love this combo, if you love this conversation, I want you to subscribe to my Substack. I go even deeper, my Substack. I go even deeper into these topics over there, and my paid subscribers, y'all get all the extra love and exclusive content. Okay. And if you want to support me, if you want to support Black women, if you want to support this movement of rest, of laughter, creativity, our artistry, our reinvestment, become a paid subscriber. Because when everyone, white people, Latino people, when y'all invest into Black women, we all rise. I'm telling you. That's why everybody is so upset that we are opting out. Why y'all don't see us at the front of these marches. By the way, stay away from that march, April 5th. I'm going to do a whole TikTok series on the reasons we don't do marches and protests anymore. Okay. We all rise. Black women always do what is best for the collective. That's why everybody's a little stressed out. We not doing group projects with y'all no more. Not right now, not over the next 4 years. Okay. But becoming a paid subscriber is a way you can be involved in and support this movement. And shout out again to my paid subscribers. Y'all look out for our rest and inspiration reading right after this. I do a video for you all that is very special and I send out to you all. It's exclusive. It's for you. And it's a way to say thank you. And it's a way to help you organize and integrate your rest, your art, and your creativity for the next week. I know you're going to love it. And listen, I love you all more than you could ever know. I want you to share this episode. Send me, share with me. You know what? I'm going to do a little conversation down in the chat over on Substack. I want you all to tell me your authenticity wins. I don't care how small the moment is. Even if somebody asks you, you want to go to the restaurant? You say no. Share that with me. Send it to me and I'm going to share it. I'm going to pass it forward. Each and every day, bit by bit, we're going to do this together. Tag me when you share this episode because I know you're going to share it, right? And as always, rest, you beautiful Black woman, you beautiful, brilliant woman of the 92%. Rest, take up your space, and I want you to live in joy, art, and creativity and empower. I will see you next time. This is Hey, it's Halicue. I love y'all so much. To all the beautiful, the bold, the brilliant Black women of the 92%, all the love in my heart. And to everybody else, I want you to have the day that you voted for. Bye, y'all.